Hi everybody, welcome once again to the Stevie B Show. As always, I'm Stevie B, and I am so excited for this show today because 22 years ago, I had this little girl. She was a little girl, now she's a beautiful young lady on my show, the old E.T. with Stevie B show. And we lost touch for a while, like I said, that was 22 years ago, 1997 to be exact. But after a long time, we finally got connected. We've been friends ever since. And before we introduce you to her, she's going to be singing one of her songs. She's an excellent singer, and we're going to talk to her right after the show, right after the performance, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 22 years, my dear friend, I love her, Miss Vanessa Salvucci.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. I
Vanessa, that was a great performance.
Thank
How
you.
you do? How you doing? Oh my God!
Even though I'll shake your hand, even though you have a bad cold.
Yeah, I know.
I love you that much.
I know. I'm sorry about that. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I have to be honest. I wanted to show the clip of you on the show 22 years ago.
Sure.
But I
have
can't.
that somewhere in a basement box, I'm sure, on a VHS.
Yes. Probably. Yeah. And.
We'll have to convert it.
You sang "Hopelessly Devoted to You" by
right.
Olivia Newton-John and "Over the Rainbow."
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness. Now, Vanessa, here's the story. Here's the thing. When you did the show, all right, then we saw each other occasionally, but then we lost contact.
Sure.
I hadn't seen you in over 8, 9, or 10 years at least.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
You know. I do remember seeing your brother, Jackie.
Of course.
And that's how I met you. First off, Jackie was doing a play with me, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Right.
And you were. We were talking to him, and I remember him talking about you, and then I saw a transcript article about you singing the national anthem at Fenway Park.
That's right. That was my first national anthem performance. Actually, it was technically my second. The first one was Suffolk Downs. That was forever ago. But yeah, it was around that time where I performed at Fenway, and I think it was an afternoon game, and then that night I played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz at the Arlington Children's Theater. So that transcript article was like from the from home plate to the yellow brick road or something like that. Yeah,
Now,
I remember that.
The time that we lost contact, you actually were down in Florida. You were working for the Disney company?
Yes, I did. So, yep. So I went to. I'm born and raised in Medford, Mass. Woo! Hometown girl. And then I ended up going to Arlington Catholic, and then BU. And of course, I wasn't ready to jump into the corporate world yet at 21. So I decided to extend my college years and do a Disney internship. So I went down there. It was 05.
Were you one of the people in like costume or something like that, or
No, I actually nope. My first job, I think it was probably even a little bit more exciting. My first job at Disney was I was plucked with a bunch of other kids, and we were given a radio and a golf cart, and we had to work in Epcot. So I think it's like September to November, Epcot has this food and wine festival. It's like the largest international food and wine festival in the States. And so, of course, Epcot, you have all these, multi cultures and all of these countries, but then they bring
I've been to Epcot. It's
of course,
it's
you
fun.
you walk around the World Showcase. But for these 2 particular months, they bring in an additional 13 countries, and then every single country you eat and drink around the world. So you have samples of different kinds of like cuisine and different kinds of wines and beers, and you literally just eat and drink your way around the world. It's so cool. So my job was to go from country to country and give these little food demonstrations and wine demonstrations, which was great because we were all 21 at the time.
Oh.
So that was pretty fun. I never, no, the entertainment story kind of went sour a little bit.
Now, Vanessa, when I saw you the last time, well, not the last time, but when we first came across after so many years, I found out you're a cancer survivor. Is that true?
I am. So, yeah. So going back to the Disney auditions kind of saved me in a sense. So of course, what 21-year-old doesn't want to, be a singing princess when given the opportunity? So the Disney auditions could be a grueling process, but I would go all the time. They'd have like these open casting calls. So I always say I was, the one that always got a call back, but I never got the contract. But the talent was phenomenal down there. But there was one audition for The Little Mermaid, and and I went and auditioned for Ariel, and there was hundreds of girls, and they narrowed it down to about maybe 10 of us. And they chose maybe 5, and I was not one of the chosen ones. But
outrageous. Outrageous.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. So finally, I said, after 2 years, I asked the judge. I'm very confrontational. So I said, what is it? Give me some feedback. What can I work on, except for thank you for coming, right? That's you're in the entertainment world. Sometimes it's, what can I do to be better? So they said, you have this country timbre to your voice that's kind of throwing us off a little bit, but we're going to send you to work with one of the music directors of the Little Mermaid show, and we're going to have him kind of coach you through. Maybe you can, work on that. Absolutely. So this gentleman named Mark Goff, which is such a small world because my brother actually knew Mark Goff, let's say, 7 years prior during the original Making the Band with O-Town.
I do remember the Making the Band with your brother. And your brother ended up on the Rosie. He ended up on the Rosie O'Donnell show.
He ended up on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Rosie O'Donnell had one look at that show, and she called the house and flew out my whole family to New York and had my brother on the show. It was pretty neat. But that same gentleman, Mark Goff, was actually responsible for the O-Town Boys as their vocal coach. So now here I am, X amount of years later, I walk in and I'm saying, oh my God, I remember you from, Making the Band ABC. He's like, yo, little Salvucci. So I was working with him, and long story short, he ended up finding this protrusion, which I didn't even know it was there. But sure enough, I looked into it, and Orlando hospitals wouldn't touch it because it was so close to my vocal cords. They said, you have specialists up in Boston.
Where was it, in your thyroid? Or
it was that. It ended up being thyroid cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was pretty scary as a singer. It's nothing that a singer wants to hear. I was cut from hair to hair. I've got this really cool scar now.
Yeah, I can see
but
that.
Thank God, like the surgery. So I had a total thyroidectomy. Went to Mass General. I had a surgeon by the name of Dr. Randall Gaz.
Were you scared of losing your voice?
100%. So, but of course, we have to make everything find a little humor in life. So I was supposed to sign my voice to Ursula. 2 months prior auditioning, I wanted to, be in the show, and instead I was like signing my voice over to the Mass General Hospital. So we made a joke out of it. But anyway, I ended up having a total thyroidectomy. That surgery usually takes about, I want to say 2 hours, and mine took like 5.5 hours.
5.5?
Because like the tumor was like wrapped through the vocal nerves, and it was just not in a great place. But thank you God, I'm good. I was 23.
Did you go through chemo and all that?
No chemo. I had a little bit of radioactive iodine treatment. It's more common than you think, thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
It's contained, thank you God.
Were you ever in danger of not just losing your voice, possibly losing your life? Or was it that serious?
No, some thyroid cancers can be that aggressive, absolutely. But I had a fairly innocent kind. But I started singing again very slowly. I started singing in church when I moved back to Boston. So I got really involved with that. And it was kind of, a little therapeutic. It wasn't like I had to necessarily be this, front woman or performer. I could be kind of up in the choir loft where people could just like sit and listen and not necessarily have to see me. So it was a nice way to start like conditioning my voice again. And I got myself back to...
You sang in choirs and everything?
I did, yep. I definitely sang in choirs, especially with my friend Robert Santa Cruz. And
the organist, right?
Yep, the organist.
I met him.
Yep, we had a ball, and we would do a lot of work at St. Thomas the Apostle up in Peabody. And then after a while, you get yourself involved in all kinds of churches, and I would get called all the time to come and sing for weddings or funerals or special memorial masses. And so I do a lot of singing with all of the Archdiocese of Boston.
So you're still employed by the Archdiocese of Boston?
Yeah, here and there. Yep, I'm on their roster, so if they need me, they call.
So you've sung at weddings and funerals and wow.
And then feasts, like all the
I've seen
festivals.
You did. I think you did Madonna della Cava, and St. Anthony's.
Yep.
You were with a band, Vinyl Groove.
Vinyl Groove got
me. How did you get involved with Vinyl Groove?
I always say, so Steven Virgilio, who started Vinyl Groove, he knew my aunt, and my aunt said, there's this vocal group. They do all Motown and disco music, and they're looking for another girl. And I said, I don't really sing that music. And she said, just go. So at the time, I met them up at Stonewood Tavern in Peabody and just kind of jumped in. We never really rehearsed or anything. I just jumped in. I fell in love with it, and I said I can do this. And we were together I was part of that group for about 2.5 years. We had a blast. We opened up for the Stylistics, and we opened up for Tavares, and I fell in love. It was the music of my mother's era.
Wait, Tavares, that was More Than a Woman?
No, More Than a Woman was wasn't that Bee Gees?
Yeah, but they had a version of...
maybe. Tavares, Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel.
Oh, Must Be Missing an Angel.
Yeah, that was their hit. And but it was so fun because, you have all of, women especially, like from the North End and East Boston and Revere, they would just all come out and go crazy, and we had such a big following. And just to see my mom dance with all her friends to Dancing Queen and all the songs, it was like, they were back in their 20s again.
Your mother and father, they're just wonderful people, and your brother too.
I'm very, very fortunate.
Like I said, I was nervous when you did the show 22 years ago that if it didn't do a good job, that I thought your father was going to be upset with me.
They were over in the wing.
I know. They're like, okay. So,
I take them everywhere with me. I've taken them all over New England. I've got to sing at the Friars Club in New York City. They come to all the racetracks. If I have to say Saratoga, we took my dad. We try to make music a part of all of the special events that come about. So for instance, for my dad had a big birthday a few years back. He turned 70, and it happened to fall on opening day of Saratoga racetrack.
Okay.
So I got to sing the national anthem for that, and it happened to be on his... Actually, he gave me this horse. This is what I wear around my neck.
Oh.
So the day that I sang...
Can we get a close-up of that?
Oh, yeah, my little secretariat.
Oh, okay.
This is my good luck charm. So my dad always says, stay the path. And Secretariat was, one of the greatest racehorses of all time. He also had the biggest heart, and he was a little feisty.
Oh, I've seen the movie. I thought it was... Now, you've sung the anthem for the Red Sox. You've sung the anthem for the Patriots.
Yep.
In fact, you were recently at Gillette Stadium doing a preseason game.
I was, so, yeah.
And I wanted to see you perform. I was watching the game, and I thought, and they didn't show you.
No.
And I find out because the reason is because of the controversy with the kneeling.
Yeah.
So I never got to it. I'm at the bar and I'm looking for it. I'm like, the game started. They didn't show it.
That's all right. You know, I feel like the Bruins will show the anthems
They do,
prior
they
to
do.
every game. The Red Sox typically don't. The Celtics don't. The Patriots don't. But another kind of inspirational story. So in the last 5 years, where I really kind of, started really concentrating on music and singing professionally, I had the opportunity to sing for all of the sports teams. So even including the New England Revolution, which is under Kraft. So the Celtics, the Bruins, the Red Sox, but I had never done the Patriots. So they're probably one of the hardest teams to sing for because there are so few games. And what happened was August 22nd was the 12th year anniversary of being cancer-free.
Oh.
And I got to sing. So I have this collage at home. I'll show you. It's basically all the performances for all the professional sports teams in Boston.
Yeah.
But there was a empty square for the Patriots game because it was just, I hadn't completed the collage yet. So now I've filled my square as of August 22nd.
That's great. Are you going to sing for the Patriots again in
We'll
the field?
see. You can only throw yourself out there for so much, and you hope the phone just continues to ring, right?
We have a picture, if we can show it.
Yes.
A picture of you. There it is, right there. Oh my goodness.
There I am.
This is your first time singing the anthem at Fenway Park, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I think I was 12.
You were 12.
I was 12 or 13.
And you came on my show maybe a month, 2 months later, I think.
And then that night was when I had to do the Arlington Children's Theater put on the Wizard of Oz production. I got to be Dorothy that night. I was a real rock star then.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah. And then when college came, I really didn't sing very much. I feel like there was a little bit of an 8-year gap where I really didn't sing much at all.
Did you major in music when you were in college?
No, I was one of those kids that was very undecided. I think I changed my major 3 times, but I ended up with a sociology degree because it incorporated a little bit of everything.
Oh.
You have political science, you have sociology, psychology, history. So I liked those classes.
Now, can I ask a question?
Yes.
One thing I remember reading in the transcript of your performance, you have a little ritual that you do after you sing the national anthem. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So my mom's dad, my grandpa, my puppy, we called him. He actually passed away around all of this when all of this music started kind of coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And my grandfather sang. He's a World War II veteran, and he worked. He was a laborer and took care of a family of 5 girls and my grandmother. And the only singing he ever really got to do was out the North End window. He never really got to pursue music. But it just so happened that I remember he got really, really sick, and as he was passing away, my mom would make me sing to him. Oh. And so my first real time I ever performed in front of people was actually at his funeral. Oh. So around the time he had just passed away, and I got to sing the anthem, and I gave him a kiss. I gave him a kiss up to the sky.
Blew a kiss.
I did, yep. I
You
felt like
bless yourself and you really,
yeah, I feel like he gave me his voice.
I just think that's so cute.
Yeah,
I think
it
that's
was,
so.
Well, I never really sang before that, I did choir and stuff, but I never had a solo or anything like that. And then, but just kind of, I don't know, the process of him being in the hospital, and my mom and all my aunts would say, sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, just sing to Puppy, and yeah, I know.
Yep, I'm sure your grandfather is very proud of you.
I hope so.
I understand you're also a songwriter as well. You've written some songs?
I have. So I try to write often, but I'd say I'd only probably released a couple so far. One is kind of like this reggae hip hop / pop song called City of Angels. And I remember prior to going down to Florida and doing my Disney internship, my brother had been living out in Los Angeles. So right when I graduated from BU, that was May, but the Disney internship didn't start until September. So I spent the summer with my brother out in Los Angeles. Wow. And I think
he was in Los Angeles for a while,
wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Yep, he did. He was also in a boy band of his own, and Jackie got to open up for Britney Spears with his boy
Really?
band back in like 2002 during like the boy band phenomenon. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
United Center in Chicago. He got to open up with Britney, and he. But you guys, I think what's probably one of the first plays he ever did was with you at the Chevalier Theater.
I know. Oh my God.
Which, but yeah, we've loved what they've done to Chevalier Theater in the last year.
Yeah, I wish they would. I mean, Chevalier now has these big acts now,
Sure.
but I'm hoping that certain community theaters.
Medford Community Theater, absolutely.
The Mystic Players are no longer there
Right?
anymore. So, but I'd love.
They'll come back.
But I mean, yeah, but that show was fun to do. Jackie was a great guy. He's a great guy. So, okay, now we're gonna show a video clip of you. Now, I want you to tell. You have a friend. His name is Joe Filoni.
Yes, he's one of my mentors, in not only in music but also in life. I call him my little Buddha.
Your little Buddha.
He is. He is like the most spiritual. He's like my therapist, but he's also this amazing musician. And
He's a great guitarist, though.
Great guitar player. One of the best. And he and I have collaborated on a lot of different things. But he can also produce music as well in the studio, as much as he's a live, instrumentalist. But yeah, so he and I have done, rather than putting out a Christmas card, like an actual Christmas card where you mail it out to all your family, we decided a few years back to make a music video, a Christmas music video, put it on Facebook, and just,
Oh Holy Night.
Yep, from us. So we've collaborated with the Oh Holy Night, and we use, because I love church music, but I also love rock. I love rock music.
The church was beautiful. What church was that you did that?
Actually, both of my music videos or Christmas cards were at St. Anthony's in Everett.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks to them, they said, come on in, use our church.
You mentioned St. Anthony's. My mother and father knew the priest there. His name was Father Dominic, and he.
Father Dominic.
Father Dominic. He sadly passed away, but he was the man who married my mother and father.
Oh wow, okay.
So at St. Clemens many years ago.
Yep.
He was a nice guy. It's a beautiful church. Very nice.
It's a beautiful church, especially during Christmas time. Yep. So we have, with the church music and Joe on electric guitar. It's pretty awesome.
But the video we're going to see, it's your version of Hallelujah.
Yeah, we decided to slow it down and make it more of this 80s rock ballad. Yeah, I don't know. Some people loved it. Some people
There's so many versions done of that song.
There's so many versions, and I just loved. I wanted to slow it down, and I wanted him to have his monumental instrumental moment, which was on fire. It was amazing. He did good.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at that.
Yeah.
So let's look at Hallelujah from Vanessa Salvucci.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips you drew Maybe there's a God above. In your life, if I learn from my loved ones how to shoot at somebody who outtrew you. It's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Vanessa, also that was a great video.
Thank you.
That was incredible. Now, I had a friend of yours on this show.
Yes.
Not so long. Carissa Scudieri.
Yes, love her.
I love her. Yeah, and you did a show called The Last Days of Doo-Wop.
Yes.
That was it's the Stoneham Theater, but it was, what's it called now? Greater Boston Stage Company?
Greater Boston Stage Company.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw, we showed clips of the show with you and Carissa and the other things.
She's a blast, and not only is that, but has an incredible voice, and she and I bonded. I'd say, I think we were in our first show together maybe 3 years ago, and we just clicked. We had the very similar sense of humor, and I love singing with her. There was actually one time she sang "I Can Hear the Bells," that old song, and on stage we were like, I was like really crying. I'm supposed to be doing the backgrounds, and I'm like, I couldn't look at her. She's amazing, and I can't wait because we're in another show together.
Yes, tell us about that.
So Richie Willis, he's a Malden native originally. He was responsible for a lot of the great a cappella groups of his day, but he has roped in this, our generation, and he has written, I'd say, I think it's 3 or 4 original playwrights, and he also incorporates a lot of his original music. And the people that he gets to be in this show, it's amazing. So I think we're going on, it might be his 7th year, but I think it's maybe my 4th year. And this is going to be another original show. It will be in January. It's called Their Songs Live On. And it's a tribute to all of the great artists that passed away tragically at a very young age.
You mean like Buddy Holly or Elvis Presley?
Exactly. And so Carissa will be in the show. But in the past, Richie has incorporated a lot of humor as well and comedy with music. So I've had the honor to share the stage with, Hank Morse, Medford's own, Steve Sweeney.
I love Steve. He is so
Steve Sweeney's
funny.
The best. I'm actually doing an event with him on Monday at Granite Links. But Steve Sweeney, I don't want to miss anybody. Johnny Peasy, Tony V. Lenny Clark will come and root us on in the audience.
He's become my friend.
I love these comedians. These Boston-based comedians are truly a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And we have. I look forward more so to being backstage. Because, they're like a bunch of little boys back there. They're throwing popcorn at each other or pulling, pranks on each other right before we're about to go. We have so much fun. It is, and it's also during that time of year where there's really not much going on. The show is going to be at the Stoneham Theater Thursday, January 9th, Friday, January 10th, and then there's one on Saturday and Sunday. And for tickets, call the box office at 781-279-2200. Get your tickets. It's great. They serve as a great Christmas gift. But, it's that second weekend in January where it's kind of like that lull after the holidays, and people are they're itching to get out and eat good food.
I'm going to come see it.
You have to come. Yeah, we'll definitely get you some tickets for sure.
Definitely.
We'll get you some comps, Stevie B.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
But yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And we have, it's also, this show is not, the singers don't sing to backing tracks. It's live accompaniment from the Breakaway Band.
So are you going to be, other than that, are you going to be performing in any other concert venues or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff coming up. I have to check my book. I don't even know. I just kind of live day to day. I'm very busy. And I also work during the day.
And how can people contact you if they want to hire you?
You know what? I had a website. I feel like people didn't really utilize the website. Facebook. It's Facebook and Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me for sure. Yeah,
okay.
it's where I get all my business.
Yeah.
Social media. The
social
beauty of
media.
social media. When's your next play?
When's my next play? Oh, I've been doing a bit of movie extra work. I mean, I was actually in Salem over the summer doing the Adam Sandler thing.
That's right. They had the whole city was decked out in Halloween decor.
Can I tell you this funny story?
Yeah.
They were looking for a hand double, like for Adam Sandler. I guess he plays a butcher or whatever. I can say this now because I didn't get the job. They're looking for someone.
So right, rejection is redirection.
Oh, I've been rejected so many times.
Me
I lost
too.
count.
People think.
How can anyone reject you? You're perfect.
Listen, it happens, and it's not pretty. Just kidding.
No, but I was saying this story because I sent a picture of my hands, and they called me. And at first, I was excited. I thought I got the job. But then they looked at my hand.
Is this a real story?
What?
Is this a real story?
This is a real story.
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I swear to God, I'm not kidding, okay? They were looking for a hand double for Adam Sandler, and I found out that him and I have very similar hands, and I took a picture of my hands, and they called me. They wanted me to go into Marblehead, like to do some kind of practice on cutting meat against a deli slicer. But then when they saw my hands, I said, no, we can't use you because I guess I had some kind of part of the hand that just wasn't right.
Handy.
So handy. Wasn't handy.
Hands down.
Hands down.
You did not get the job.
I did not get the job. Oh well, that's the way it is.
That's the way it goes. That's
the way it goes.
absolutely.
But I mean,
You have to roll with it. It's
I know. But have you done any TV shows or any other bits of movies or anything?
I like reality stuff back in the day. So when I was I wish I had video clips of that. When I was 17,
Yeah.
I went to New York with my brother because they had a show called Pop Stars.
I do remember that show.
They were looking for a co-ed band. For the first time, they wanted to put together 3 guys, 3 girls, and so we went to New York. I think it was on the WB, and they auditioned 1,000 kids in 7 cities, and they picked 25 to go to LA for the finalists.
Yeah.
Now, when you go in, you're a number, not necessarily a name. So my brother and I had been picked. Now, whether they knew we were related or not, I guess we don't know. It kind of made for good TV, right? Like, let's put a brother and sister in the competition and kind of spice things up. But so Jack and I ended up, we got to go to LA.
Oh, wow.
For the finalists. There was 25 of us, and we were on TV. I think I was probably on for like a couple episodes, and I was a freshman at BU. So by the time it aired, because the show was filmed in the summer, it was pretty cool because it's, BU is such a big school, and I would be sitting in class, and they'd say, "Oh my God, do you make the band?" Like, well, clearly no, I'm here. I'm in class.
Now, I understand, you've also tried out for The Voice, too?
I did, yeah. I never had any luck with The Voice. You make it past, there's a lot of preliminary rounds that happen before you actually, get to the actual full stage. But I never had any luck with those shows. I just didn't. No, American Idol either.
I was going to ask you about that. You should try out for
No,
American Idol.
I went and auditioned for American Idol, and I don't think, this was many, many moons ago, and I had gone in there with the intention of singing a song. But again, before you go into Simon and Paula and Randy at the time, you have to audition for the executive producer. And he said, make sure you sing this song. So I sang that. They hated it. So I totally felt,
This was American Idol, right?
This was American Idol.
Well,
and
did
I was
Simon Cowell give you a hard time?
Yes, he did, and it was not one of my best moments, Steve.
Oh, man.
I felt a little cheated.
Oh, gee.
But no, you just, you grow from it, I think that, when you're 17 and 18 years old, and rejection is just very different from, when you,
Yeah.
in your 30s.
I find as I'm getting older, you kind of really gets...
It builds character, it does, and you learn to... you learn to read all these success stories. Everybody hears about all the movies that everybody books, but you don't hear about all of the other, A-list celebrities that really wanted those roles and don't get those jobs. You know, they experience rejection too, just as much as anybody else. Everybody, it's such a fight to stay at the top. It's exhausting.
Have
so
you
you
tried-
have to just enjoy what you get.
Have you tried like America's Got Talent?
No.
You should.
Thanks.
I think you should. It's good.
I'm having fun right now. Just kind of.
Yeah,
I don't
I
take
know.
it very seriously, and I feel like that's why I enjoy what I do so much.
Vanessa, I am so happy to have you on.
Thank
It
you
has
for
been- it
having
has
me
been-
back. We've made a lot of updates in the studio.
I know, you made a lot of updates, everything. You were at the old Canal Street studio.
That's right.
I can't believe
We have to find that footage.
we got to find that footage.
Yes.
Maybe in a future show, I'll find that footage.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Vanessa, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Steve.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What's next for you?
I think I'm going to start crying myself
Oh,
because
jeez.
we're Italian. We're emotional.
Yes, we are.
Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay. That's all the time we have for the Stevie B Show. As always, I'm Stevie B, and I want to thank my dear friend Vanessa Salvucci.
Yes.
And please see, what's the name of the show again in January?
The songs live on. Yes, the songs live on.
At the Greater Boston Stage Company.
In Stoneham, Mass.
Okay, we'll definitely...
A Richard Willis production.
Thanks you very much, Vanessa.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
all the time we have. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.